Hello and welcome to Aiden and Cooper's Movie Castle Dash. Come on in! Exclamation point. This is the podcast where we let you into our giant castle that we own. We've signed the lease on together.
Yeah.
As buddies, and we're using it as a movie haven. We've got a projector room. We got a large 4K television as well, just in case the quality, the fidelity on that projector isn't where we want it to be. We do have an outdoor projector as well on the side of the castle wall.
Yeah, we have community events where people can come and watch Cars 2.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, in the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what were some other events that we were doing?
Well, we have a 35 millimeter screening of Hardcore. So that'll be cool.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. It's just a haven for all movie men, and there happens to only be two of us.
Yeah.
Because we're the only real ones out there.
It's true.
All the other ones are fake fuckers.
How about them troops, though?
That's a good point. The troops, man. I came in here and I said, should I talk about the troops? And this is because I saw a bumper sticker that said, if you don't stand behind our troops, you sure can stand in front of them. And then it had a guy with a gun pointing it at me. And I don't know about that attitude, Cooper. What do you think about that attitude?
What do they say? Where it's like, if you're not with me, you're against me, and if I die, avenge me, or something like that.
Whoa, that's bad. I haven't heard that third twist on it. That's badass.
I don't know. It's not the full phrase. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay, yeah. So we can get into some hot opinions about the troops. Okay, I think that it's silly to, not silly, but I see them as victims, and less as heroes of our nation. And that's just the twisted way I'm thinking about things.
Yeah, we already talked about warfare, though. But if you want to talk about some victims, you can talk about the people that had to go watch Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Oh, good God. All right, yeah. All right.
So today we're going to be talking just about a handful of new movies that have come out, all kind of in the horror genre.
Oh.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Most of which are.
Yeah, I'm looking here, and yeah, I think you're right there. But yeah, Hurry Up Tomorrow is from The Weeknd. It's The Weeknd's new film that's tying in with his final album, which is also called Hurry Up Tomorrow, which came out last fall.
It came out this spring, right?
No? Maybe.
I haven't listened to it.
Fuck, maybe it did come out this spring. It's entirely possible. I don't remember. In my head, it's last fall, but that could be wrong. And this is from director Trey Edward Schultz, who did It Comes at Night and The Waves film. Have you seen either of these films?
I have not, but they're sort of, those are like, well, It Comes at Night is like that 2017 era of A24, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's one that's missed me.
Yeah, they both have missed me. I've heard some people love Waves, and some people consider it manipulative bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But they are both widely considered like good, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was interested to see him work with like a quality director, as well as Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan. So those are two solid actors.
Yes, they are.
This is his The Weeknd's second major project after The Idol.
Yeah.
Which I really would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds wonderful.
I've seen 2 episodes of it.
How did it treat you?
I can't really remember it. I don't. It was just kind of weird, kind of goofy.
That's all right.
It's what's his name? Sam Levinson, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That the Euphoria boy.
Euphoria boy. Yeah.
What was his movie called? The Malcolm and Marie boy?
Yes, the Zendaya and John David Washington.
Assassination Nation boy.
Yeah.
So Hurry Up Tomorrow is this kind of vanity project made by The Weeknd, which doesn't have a lot to say, which I was really surprised by. He's making something about himself, and I think he's trying to make it in like the style of A24 horror as a whole, as well as.
Is this A24?
It is not.
Okay.
And I think that's a telltale sign of things not working, because this should be at A24. I don't think A24 wanted this. This is
Right.
Lionsgate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is more trying to go for all that jazz heat.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where they started from, where it is this portrait of a mad genius who you can't deny that they are a genius and their talent. But maybe they treat women not great, and maybe they have some sort of emotional issues or whatever. But it seems to be a lot more interested in the calling him a genius spot, and all of his problems are pretty infinitesimal.
Yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a lot of other movies about great artists that are tortured or whatever.
Yeah.
Here are his problems. He got broken up with. It didn't sound great. And he's leaving her voice messages that are pretty embarrassing, I would say. And that's not what you want. And sometimes he does drugs, but not all the time. Sometimes he does drugs, and he sometimes drinks.
Right.
Which doesn't seem like that big of a thing, considering his fame. Besides that, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
And those things don't seem super interesting to me when I've seen so many projects about tortured artists and stuff like that. But the first half, or maybe a little bit more than half, is structured in half. You mostly are following the weekend, but then you have this Jenna Ortega plotline where she seems to be going through a breakup of her own, which we assume is the weekends. And she's burning a house down, and she's driving over to L.A., I guess. I don't know where they are. It could be just a stop on his tour. And the main thing that this movie likes to do is the spinneroonie technique, where they have the camera in the center of something, and they spin that bitch over and over and over and over and over again.
It's the De Palma move right there.
De Palma move.
Yeah.
And the spinneroonie technique, it gets very, very old. Sometimes you see new information every time it loops. Sometimes you don't. It made me want to die. Made my friend Benjamin want to die. We kind of started laughing as it went along because they just did not stop doing it for so long. Barry Keoghan is his manager, and he spends a lot of time being like, yeah, fucking, I don't know, I can't do that. He's like, yeah, fucking star, you are. Listen to the sound of the roar of the people out there. Listen to him. You're more than human. You're supernatural. That kind of stuff, hyping him up. And he's like, no, man, no. You know?
Shut the fuck up.
And then when he goes on stage for the second time, he fucking loses his voice. In the middle of everything. It's so embarrassing. And then he locks eyes with Jen Ortega, and she pushes her way past security guards and meets with him. But then the Weeknd's like, nah, she's okay. Don't worry, security guards. She's a bad bitch. And because we think that they were exes, but at this point it's revealed like they don't know each other. And then they go on a Nora type beautiful night of exuberance. They go to a carnival. They go fucking and sucking in a hotel or whatever. And then in the morning, he's like not with it. He's like, because during the bender or whatever, he was like, "Don't ever leave me," you know.
Yeah.
You my homegirl, BB. And then in the morning, he's like, "Yo, I don't know what I said. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I have a tour. I have some calls." And then she gets really angry at him. And then you have the famous clip, which I didn't know before I went in. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because it was such a beautiful moment. I bonded with the four people in the theater. including me. I'm one of the 4 people. I saw myself deeper when I saw this, and it is him going, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Right.
I have to go. I have calls."
Some Tommy Wiseau shit.
Yeah. And what's wonderful about this scene is that the rest of the movie is not really like this. Most of the acting is being carried by Jen Ortega or Barry.
So is she good in this movie, would you say?
Yes, she is good in this movie.
I want to talk a little bit more about her once you're done with the synopsis.
We sure can. But after he snaps at her, then he bonks her on the head. She bonks him on the head, and he has a little dream sequence that lasts for like a long ass time, and then he wakes up and he's tied up. And this is the part that I talked about in my review that fascinated you, which is the Misery remake with an Anthony Fantano listener. So she just describes, like, people don't get your music. Here is what it's about, and here's why it's better and different than your contemporaries. And then she sings to him. She sings along with 2 songs. One of them is one of his bigger hits,
Blinding Lights, right?
Blinding Lights, and the other one is like what she considers to be a little hidden gem from his previous album. And she makes sure that we know
a deep cut.
A deep cut. She makes sure that we know that The Weeknd is a genius, man, and that people don't appreciate him for the artist that he is. They see him as just a pop man, but he's got deep issues. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the best scene in the movie by far, because Jenna Ortega, because for one, The Weeknd is gagged, which helps quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then Jenna Ortega is just like spinning around on the banisters of the bed or whatnot, and just kind of dancing around and singing and just kind of like owning the screen for a little bit and being silly because he's talking like Anthony Fantano man or whatever about it all, and it's kind of delightful. And I really wish it was more of that. Like, if it was just a ripoff of Misery where he's trying to find his way out and she keeps on like talking to him, and he gets out of murder by singing her a little song, which is really cute. But yeah, it's a dope movie. I'll say the last like 15 minutes of spoilers, just in case you would like to still see it. But all of that stuff, it doesn't have a lot going on. It's just stretched out a lot, and it's kind of insufferable. But it was fascinating to get into the psyche of the Weeknd. What did you have to ask me, sir? Oh, we wanted to talk about Jenna Ortega.
I just want to talk about Jenna Ortega.
Let's do it.
I feel like, I don't know, I've always rooted for her, you know? And I've always seen, like, Millie Bobby Brown and been like, thank God Jenna Ortega's not that.
Yes.
But I can't keep defending Jenna Ortega. I can't keep doing it.
All right, well, let's go over, because her first year was an all-timer.
Yeah.
Her first major year. It started with The Fallout, which was pretty great. And then you have X. So that double whammy of, like, this lady has dramatic chops as well as she's a great scream queen. It's wonderful because she gets the big scream in X, right? Like the is that her?
Spoilers for X, but she has she's on like a lot of T-shirts for it.
Yes,
and she has my favorite kill in the movie.
Oh, yeah, I really like that movie.
She just like runs out of the house and gets hit by a shotgun, and it's like really funny. Her body kind of goes flying.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I want to watch that movie again. I think I've only seen it.
I think she also had Wednesday that year. Am I correct? I haven't seen
That's
Wednesday
in the fall.
because it's TV.
Yes, of course. That makes it a lot worse, but it was a phenomenon, and it was one of the bigger Netflix shows.
I think it really boosted her quite a bit.
And so those 3 in succession, that's pretty impressive. And so... and Scream was that year as well.
Yes, she is in both the Scream movies, which I think are solid. I do like both those Scream movies.
Yeah. So that year, X, Fallout, Scream, Wednesday, that's crazy. That's crazy work. And then since then, she's mostly been in TV, I guess, and then your beloved Miller's Girl and Death of a Unicorn this year.
Yes. And she was in Beetlejuice last year, which is a movie that I think is fine, but I don't think she's very good in. I think her stuff is probably my least favorite part of that movie.
Yeah, but she's also. I mean, that is one of the few hits of Warner Brothers last year.
It is.
So that goes towards her. Like that's a point for Jenna. That's a Jenna point.
That is a Jenna point.
Millie Bobby Brown is not in Beetlejuice.
It's true.
She's in the Electric State.
Yes.
And all of her failures are small, weird things. She's in the fucking Dave Grohl movie.
Yeah.
Studio 666.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Miller's Girl and Death of a Unicorn. Those both aren't making a splash either way. I think people are more negative on Death of a Unicorn, and they're certainly more negative on Miller's Girl, but those things are not... They're not in the culture. So yeah. I think she's obnoxious. I think she's starting to, like, test us with her choices or whatever.
Here's something interesting. She's executive producer on Death of a Unicorn and Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
She has a movie that came out earlier this year called Winter, Spring, Summer, and Fall that did not get great reviews, but I do know somebody that worked on that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know his name. It was the guy I met at a party. He was like, I worked on this. And I was like, that's cool, dude.
That's badass,
really cool.
Brother. Where did it go?
I think you can just rent it on Amazon for $4 right now.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that I haven't lost hope in her, but I think she needs a new agent. That's what I think.
Yeah, she does. What's she got going on in the future? She has untitled single white female film.
That's funny. I just saw that. With Taylor Russell, apparently.
Hello. Now, this is your favorite part of the project. Just going through the letterboxed. Oh, she's in the new J.J. Abrams movie.
Yes, and she has.
That would do it.
Another season of Wednesday coming out, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm tripping or not.
No, you're not tripping. So if Acorns hits and people don't hate the new season of Wednesday, and that's chillin'. And she's also in the new Taika Waititi movie with Amy Adams and Natasha Lyonne. Maybe she's coming for the Amy Adams throne of terrible agents.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Let's get Jenna Ortega in the new David O. Russell movie.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I think that's so funny. Have you seen the stuff about the new David O. Russell movie, Madden?
I have not. No.
So he's making Madden with Nicolas Cage as John Madden, and not Sam Rockwell. He looks like Sam Rockwell in the picture, but it's Batman. What's his name? I always freaking forget his name. He's one of the most famous guys.
Michael Keaton?
No,
Christian
Nolan's.
Bale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bale, and as his manager or whatever.
Well, he's worked with Bale a few times now.
Yeah, he has. But Nicolas Cage, this is his first, and I thought he was better than this, Nick, but I guess no one is safe from the grasp of the pervert. It turns so it's just always every single time a new movie of his is announced, you're like, why are they working with him again? What is the appeal? Because now his movies have been bombing pretty like significantly, as well as him being a terrible person to work with, as well as a terrible person behind closed doors. And so it's just bizarre, and then just recently the story comes out and it's like people storm off set as David O. Russell says the N-word on set. This is awesome. This is an awesome dude. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I put my phone down while it was on the winter, spring, summer, or fall, and now it's wanting me to put it on my story for Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Should I just put the poster for this on my story for Instagram right here, just on Letterboxd? That's a great look.
It is a great look. You're into the deep cuts.
Yeah.
That's the second time I've said that phrase on this episode.
Well, yeah, deep cuts.
You want to talk about Final Destination?
Yeah, there's a couple of deep cuts in that. Wouldn't you say, Cooper?
Yeah, there's some real deep cuts in that. All right, this was the number one movie at the box office over the weekend.
High five.
Which is really cool and wasn't something I expected at all.
And it made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like more than Sinners did.
It did, yes. I believe it was 51 domestic and 51 global.
I don't think it'll last as long as Sinners has.
It's not going to, no.
But it's pretty impressive. It's the highest grossing Final Destination movie by far.
Yes. Maybe even highest rated too. People seem to really...
Absolutely highest
People
rated.
really like this movie.
The critics love it. The people love it.
Just wild that we have this legacy sequel. It's been like 15 years since the last one was made.
Yeah.
And it's people really like it, which is cool. So we'll avoid spoilers for now, I think.
Yeah, some folks die.
Still pretty new, but if you're a fan of the franchise, you'll definitely like this. It is still pretty just by the books for Final Destination. Have you seen a lot of these movies?
I've seen 2 of these films. I've seen Final Destination 1 and Final Destination 3 because I heard that was the better one. But but now I'm hearing that you're hearing 5 is the best one.
People like 5. Yeah.
So I'm really slacking. In my prime, I would have binged all these movies before it came out, like everyone has in the last week or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird. All these movies are trending on Letterboxd right now,
which is kind of cool. Not a lot of franchises have that appeal, especially if they're legacy franchises or whatever like this. But that's something I would like to talk about this is that it's barely a legacy sequel. It's almost not at all, which is delightful because the movie's called Bloodlines, and so I kind of groaned and I was like, are we gonna get the fucking guys from the first movie, whoever survived in the first movie?
No one survives in the first movie.
Well, damn it.
Nobody survives in any of these movies except for Tony Todd, who's now dead. So.
Oh damn! Which one was Tony Todd in?
All of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's cool then. But besides that, I don't know, man. It's really on its own, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're following a family that has ties to death itself because of an incident that happened in the 1950s or 60s, and now death has come for their family. And so Final Destination style, one by one they get picked off. So it's a pretty basic premise. But
they are doing a lot of really clever things with it, where I feel like these people that made it, I feel like grew up on these bad boys to a certain extent, or were in their 20s when they thought they were badass. And you could tell that they thought a lot about what they would do with a Final Destination movie.
Produced by John Watts. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Spider-Man, yeah.
One of our great auteurs.
I guess he's just a fan.
Wolves?
It would make sense that he's a fan. So, he started in exploitation films.
Oh yeah, did he?
He has like a horror movie that he did before doing Spider-Man stuff.
Cop Car?
I don't know if that's it. That's a more recent thing, right?
Magic Valley. Is this the one?
I don't think so.
It says it's a drama. Murder 101, but this does not seem to be out. It seems to be in the future. I don't know. Oh, Clown. I see. Clown. Clown is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I see. So what they're doing with the structure of this is saying, what if a massive event happened, and almost everybody survived? Because that is the big thing with the Final Destination, is that usually one person survives or their friends survive, and then they get picked off. But what if everyone survived, and then one by one they have to go through their families or whatever?
Yeah.
And so there's a whole bunch of families that shouldn't have existed instead of just individuals, which is, I think, really smart, and just has just allows for more people to be involved, as well as just like logistically, this one goes into the logistics more than the other movies I've seen of how death works. And I think it's really fun. It's really fun having people that know that death, like for certain that death is coming for them, instead of always fighting it.
Yeah.
And saying like this is fake. They have that for as long as they need to, but then they switch it up pretty quickly.
At about the midway point of the movie.
Yeah. And I really thought that was fun. Having every character be like aware of what's happening and trying to beat it is pretty fun.
Have you ever had like a situation, like a Final Destination type of situation, personally? Because I had one just a couple days ago.
All right, you do yours, buddy.
I was at a concert. I went to the Depot. You ever been to the Depot?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how you're like on the second floor?
Yeah.
And people were like jumping and beating the shit out of each other in the pit, and I could like feel the floor like wiggling and moving. And I was like, I had just seen this movie.
Seen this movie, so
yeah,
the jump.
I was like, fuck, like what if we go through the floor?
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
It would be bad. Would you run up to, if you saw a crack, would you run up to the stage and alert everyone like in this movie? Or would you just kind of slink away?
I guess I would just have to, I'd maybe find a
An adult?
Not an adult, but like when like a fire alarm.
Oh.
Pull the fire alarm.
Look at you.
Because there's no way I'm getting up to the front,
Yeah.
And they're letting me on stage. No, they're not.
Right.
They got security guards for that.
Yeah. I thought I didn't see this with like a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this with like 3 or 4 people in a giant theater.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday evening. So I feel like I missed some of the fun.
I did. I saw this. I saw this opening weekend.
Beautiful.
With a crowd. So.
And was it wonderful?
It was. Yeah.
Well, what were some of the base reactions? I mean, without spoilers, I guess.
Well, there is a scene towards the end in the hospital that I went to see this with my girlfriend who is going to work in the medical industry. I think she had to cover her eyes for that because she said that what happens is like one of her great fears.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that how it would go down?
I don't know exactly because I don't know if that sort of machine like actually does that, goes to that level.
I don't see why it would.
Yeah.
But also it's badass.
It is badass.
That's probably the best scene in the movie, would you say? Or what do you think?
It's not my favorite.
Which one's your favorite?
Well, we'll have to get into spoilers if we're gonna.
You can talk in generals like you have with the hospital.
I like the opening a lot.
Oh yeah, the opening is really fun.
And I like.
This is the most CGI of it all, though.
It is the most CGI of it all, but I also think that it's the most clever. I think it's the most creative sequence in the movie. And I also like the barbecue scene, which isn't a spoiler because it is in the trailer.
Right. Yeah. It didn't feel as gnarly as some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just because it doesn't feel as skeevy. There's not as many ladies in the underwears dying
no tanning bed sequences here.
No tanning bed sequences here, and it doesn't feel as. It's more like Looney Tunes or Itchy and Scratchy or whatever.
Yeah.
Than it is like disgusting. Which is good for most people, I think. There's a little bit of me that wanted it to be a little nastier.
Yeah.
And a little bit more practical, like you said.
Yeah, that's one of my issues with it is that I wish it was more practical. And obviously, like, the opening sequence is so extravagant that it can't really be practical.
Yeah, it's a period piece, and as well as it's in the sky.
But there is one sequence, I believe it's the second major death in the movie, involving the girl.
That
I wish was more practical. It didn't. I don't know if it was practical or not, but it didn't really look practical.
Interesting. I did like it, but it did look. The whole movie kind of has this really clean sheen.
It feels a little too modern, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that didn't turn me off from the movie or anything. It's a small complaint.
I still, because that kill in particular has an easy way it could have gone, that I was expecting, and then it changes it a little bit, if you know what I mean. Like, the way that she is positioned while it happens makes it look crazy and a lot better than if it was just she was fully in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't look super practical. But I don't know. I think these are just nitpicks that I'm having because it was so highly acclaimed by everybody, and I also didn't watch it with the crowd, and so. I don't know. It was good. I wish that every horror movie franchise could have a sequel as like independent and as well thought through as this one is.
Yeah, maybe we'll learn a lesson from this. I don't know. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know what sort of legacy sequels are in the works right now.
Yeah, like what if they just made a Friday the 13th and it was just nasty and didn't have anything to do with any other ones? And
I mean, they're always kicking that franchise around. Like, maybe it'll come back,
Maybe. It's been so long. It's been since like 2010?
That was when the remake was, yeah. It was that sort of weird 4 or 5 years where there were just a lot of iconic franchises that were getting rebooted and none of them were that good.
Yeah, and then they've just been, like you said, kicking it around in studios and stuff like that. It just seems like it's in development hell even before they're starting development. It's just they're just
there was a minute there where A24 was like gonna do a Camp Crystal Lake thing or something, right?
A TV show for Pisscock.
Yeah.
Thank God. I don't want to see that really.
Yeah.
They're overthinking it. You just gotta give it to the dude that did it in Violent Nature, and then you let him do some nasty things with a big budget. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. And I think Final Destination is one of the harder franchises to pull off. This is one, but it might give the wrong idea because this is a movie that has the budget of a tentpole movie and the event status of these movies. It's an event movie that's in the horror genre. It's a big CGI extravaganza or whatever with a big hook. And that's not really what we need from horror movies. It's what we need for Final Destination.
Yeah.
It's not what we need for most of the franchises. So I don't know what they're going to take from this success. It'll be interesting to see how it holds because we don't have another horror movie for a little bit.
Or at least not major horror movie.
We do
have one we'll talk about that we saw.
We'll talk about it at the end because you said, we'll talk about it at the end. What would we like to talk about next, sir?
We talk about The Shrouds.
The Shrouds. Let's get shrouded.
Is not really a horror movie, but it is from a horror legend, young David Cronenberg.
Young Cronenberg. This has Vincent Cassel in it, the pervert from Black Swan, and he's in Shrek. And
who's he in Shrek?
Let me see who he's in Shrek. Is he the fucking executioner? Yeah, Monsieur Hood.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Does that mean is he Robin Hood? I think he's Robin Hood.
He might be Robin Hood.
I think he's the Robin Hood parody because he's French. Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
Fucking love that movie.
Oh, yeah. I need to rewatch it now with my cynical brain to see if it triggers anything.
I don't know. I saw Shrek 2 in theaters last year. It turned 20.
And it fucked?
One of my favorite movie-going experiences of my life, legitimately.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
The people were raptured.
Yeah.
They were raptured.
A lot of people there. I've always been of the opinion that Shrek 2 is better, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's the opinion most folks have.
I feel like it's a new consensus now.
I think so
Shrek
too.
2 might be the superior Shrek. But The Shrouds...
Better than Shrek and Shrek 2 combined?
Yeah.
How many Shrek films is this better than? To say all the Shrek films that you think is better is worse than The Shrouds.
I've only seen Shrek 4 and Shrek 3. I've only seen Shrek 4 once, and it's been a very long time since I saw Shrek 3. But it's probably better than both of those.
Yeah. I would. What about Puss in Boots, the first one?
It's probably better than that. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
How about The Last Wish?
Probably not. I think The Last Wish kind of rocks.
So The Shrouds has not only does it have Vincent Cassel, the pervert from Black Swan, but it also has Diane Kruger as many people. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she played the AI. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
And then we have Guy Pearce, straight out of The Brutalist.
Very goofy in this movie. I like Guy Pearce in this movie a lot.
Very goofy. I don't know. It feels like these actors are working with him just for the legend status of this is my boy. Is one of my boys. Mm-hmm. Let's work with one of my boys, especially Guy Pearce. Yeah. Guy Pearce seems like he's just like, fuck, I want to be in the Cronenberg.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. But this movie is about a man who has a business with a mortuary or whatever, and he's making these gravestones that have a little screen on it.
Yes.
And when I was a kiddo, and I first was looking around grave sites or whatever, and especially when I went to like a ghost town with my dad, and there were these weathered gravestones of people that no one cared about. Mm-hmm. I was like, I wish we had screens of these things where we could see what they looked like and various accomplishments and stuff like that, so they're not just weathered creatures or whatever. And that's kind of what I thought it was going to go with, but of course it's not. It is going with, you get a little 3D scan of their corpse as they decay that you can see if you were a loved one, and you have the special Cronenberg pass.
Yes. You can watch the bodies rot in their tombs at any given point through this little app. This movie is pretty goofy. It's really funny at points.
Yeah,
I think so. Kind of starts with the main character. I can't remember his name, but he's on a date, and he's talking about he's at his restaurant that he owns with his date, and he talks about his business that he has. And he's like, he pulls out his phone and he's like, "Do you want to look at my wife?"
Checking my dead wife.
Yeah, you want to look at my wife's dead body.
Yeah.
She's a little weirded out by it, but it's just so weird and kind of surreal, and I like that. I like that about it. If you're expecting like some classic Cronenberg shit, some scanners, some some fly. That's not what you're getting here.
You're getting a couple scenes. I'd say the stuff with his ex-wife is body horror.
Yes.
And it is my favorite part of it, just because it feels so dreamy and strange, and like and like what he's working through with the death of his wife.
Yes, this should be. I don't know if we've talked about that, but his wife did die, I believe, like maybe 10 years ago. So this is a very personal movie from him. I don't know if it's his last movie or not, but if it is, it kind of does have last movie energy to me.
Gotcha.
Even if it isn't like the greatest thing ever, you know. So he's working through that a lot. I don't know if I've ever seen him get so personal with it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look back at his other movies and see.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know a lot about him as a man, and that's usually what I love to do with movies is look at the director and where they are in their life and how they're reflecting that in their movies, and so it would be interesting to look at his life and then try to look again at his movies, and it's a lot for the first time because I have a lot of blind spots with the crone.
I've seen, I think, around 10 of his movies. I think I got into it when I first started really watching movies. He was somebody that I spent some time with, but there's still another 10 that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And honestly, after we saw this together, but after we saw it, I had never felt the urge to binge someone's catalog more than I did after watching The Shrouds.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I wanted to I haven't seen a lot of his movies in, I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So
why didn't you strap in?
I just don't watch movies. Like, I don't binge directors anymore.
Yeah.
It's not something I do. It was really easy when I worked at a DVD store because I could just find most of them and just take it home and watch like 4 of them and then take them back the next day and get more.
That's sick.
A lot harder to do that now that I don't work there anymore.
Yeah.
So.
But this movie is pretty stilted. The dialogue feels unnatural.
Which is how most of his movies are.
Yeah,
so.
it is a style, and it's kind of lovely, but also it gets pretty dull after a certain point. There's a lot of just logistics about the main plot is like is some of these stones, well, some of these graves get desecrated, and he doesn't know why, and so they got to figure out a bunch of stuff about just who is getting information and who has authorized this hit and how do we hack into these things and how do we blah, 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 blah. And that's the majority of the movie's like process of how they're doing this. And that stuff is a lot less interesting to me because it doesn't feel super metaphorical. It feels just like he's created this world and he's got to live in it, and we've got to get through this kind of stuff to get to the stuff that he's actually interested in.
I don't know. I think I get what you're saying, but I think that part of it to me feels very anxious, which is what a lot of his movies are to me.
Yeah.
It's him being like The Fly, where he's like, fuck, I'm like worried about getting cancer, you know? Or Dead Zone, and just being like worried about the government. And so it does feel like there's a lot of anxiety towards technology here that he is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense, and I think that comes from you having more experience with Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Because that makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. But
his movies are personal in that sense, but he's not really commenting on his life, just him being worried about
authority.
Yeah, whatever, media and Videodrome or whatever, things like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I was bored for a significant part of this movie, which I don't love to say. I don't love to be a boy that's bored in a movie, but I sure was. But there were beautiful, wonderful scenes in between, intermixed or whatever. But yeah, overall, I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it. It was cool to see. I hope he makes more for as long as he lives.
Yeah, he's in his early to mid 80s right now, so I don't know how much more he'll be working.
Keep cranking him, babe. That's what I say.
If you can.
What would you like to talk about next, buddy?
Let's do. Well, we have 2 more we want to talk about, so we'll do clowns next, and then we'll finish it off with our surprise movie.
All right, that's the other one. Clown in a Cornfield.
Clown in a Cornfield. I was deceived by this title.
Yes, there. Yes, we'll go into spoilers in a little bit.
Yes,
a little bit of spoilers. This is a film directed by Eli Craig, who's known for Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is this kind of cult movie that has grown and grown. I've always heard about it.
Yeah, it's a horror comedy.
Horror comedy starting with Alan Tudyk, I believe. I like Alan Tudyk, so I know I would like this movie. It's just always been in my watch list, and I just never gotten around to it. He made a movie with Netflix,
yeah,
and Adam Scott called Little Evil. That didn't do anything. And then now this.
This premiered at South by Southwest earlier this year. I was hoping I could catch it, but I did not, fortunately. So,
and when I saw the trailer, I was really excited for it because the title is spectacular, just Clown in the Cornfield, and I was like, I would love it if my boy just made just down the middle slasher, you know, because one of the great tragedies of our time is that people are really uninterested in making pure slashers.
Yeah,
you're either making a slasher comedy or you're making something with a message, with an underlying theme, processing something. They want to be treated seriously.
Yeah,
you either want to be looked at as completely frivolous or serious. And I would really love it if there was just a movie called Clown in the Cornfield that came out and it was just a clown in a cornfield killing teenagers, you know?
Yeah.
This is not that.
You did like it, though.
I did like it, though.
Yeah.
Despite myself, I did like it. And it has some of the horror comedy trappings that I don't love, but I think I just fucked with this vibe so much more than a lot of other horror comedies. This is a really cozy film for me.
Yeah.
I love, I don't know, I haven't told you this, but I love the cornfield aesthetic. It actually is one of like 2 or 3 things, like visual motifs that I can actually like tie to emotions and shit like that and actually feel things for. There's this kind of grimy, haunted housey, cornfield, Black Island Farmsy vibe that I look for in Halloween movies and I have searched for actively. And so this movie's got a good dollop of that. I
mean, that's one of the first things I noticed when I went and saw this was like that this definitely has a late September, October vibe, and I could see this. I don't think this is going to be like the biggest like classic, but this will have an audience at some point for sure. And I could definitely see in heavy rotation around that time of year.
And that is a reason why people don't want to only do a regular slasher, because something that has this much of an identity is going to stick at the craw of some people, and is more likely to be a classic. Which I don't know if that's true, because a lot of horror slasher movies from the day that are just slashers are classics because of that. They have great kills, or they have a good style, or whatever, and that's why they resonate and they sustain themselves. This is a movie that I think is really tied to this time, despite what you might say. You fraud, and I wonder if people will look back at it as kind of exhausting, and even when I look back at it, it feels like a little exhausting. But while I was watching it, it didn't feel rote or anything like that. Would you like to talk about what the film is about a little bit? Or?
I mean, I think it's more about generational divide than conservative America.
I think it is explicitly about conservative America. That's what I say. I think it's like not even subtle about it. Like that big speech that they have at the end, is using a lot of talking points that conservatives have, but mostly what liberals have when they talk about conservatives.
Yeah.
About keeping this generation from moving forwards, and just a lot of individual talking points that felt very much like what they talk about with Trump and MAGA as a whole, as well as just the conservative movement, and talking about like you tell people what they want to hear, and then you can get away with murder or whatever. Is a lot of I've heard that a lot when it comes to Trump or whatever. I saw it specifically as a conservative allegory, but they do something really clever with it, which it's a little spoilers, I suppose.
We'll get into spoilers now. If you're a slasher fan, you'll probably enjoy it. It's, I don't know, this is a movie for 15-year-olds, I think.
Yeah, or people that crave that kind of movie. It feels like I saw a Letterboxd review that was like, this is a R-rated Nickelodeon movie, and they didn't say it was derogatory, so I kind of agree with that. It's playing with a lot of tropes with the teenagers and stuff like that I think is very fun and is done a lot better than most movies like this. I really like how they do teenagers in this movie.
Yeah.
Usually, because this is something I've reckoned with as I have come of age, with movies and stuff like that. Is when I was a teenager and I was watching these kinds of things, I was like, this is sick. I have my contemporaries here, and they're getting moited and they're cussing and they're getting tits out and shit like that.
Yeah.
This is awesome, you know. But then I was always in the back of my mind, it's like, wait, adults are making this. This is weird. Adults are making this. Adults are watching this. That's kind of bizarre. And something I think that lots of movies with teens in them, they make them young Sheldon-y, and where they talk like adults and they act like adults, but they're in the position of teenagers. That's just kind of a romanticized position. You're sneaking away and you have to steal the beers and all that kind of stuff. And this movie treats them like kids, which I appreciated. I think, like the one kid's just got a Nerf gun that he's wielding.
Yeah.
And all the kids are kind of sound like dumbasses, which I feel like was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't ever feel like these are the guys that have the righteous opinions, and the bad guys are the ones holding them back. They're holding them back from even creating those opinions or worldviews or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it would be when it comes to that.
So basic premise of this movie, a girl moves to a small town in the Midwest. Her dad is a doctor, and he's taken he was a surgeon, but now he's a family doctor. And this has the trope of dead mom.
It does.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And so she meets a group of teens there who aren't loved by the public, and they're little filmmakers, which is cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute, making their YouTube videos.
And this town has some lore with his name is Friendo the Clown, and he's sort of like the town mascot. So that's basic premise of the movie. I didn't really like the third act of this movie.
Yeah, it goes really silly.
I do want to talk about the mayor though. That's real goofy.
It is really goofy. They found a man that looks exactly like Elon Musk.
Yeah, give Elon Musk like maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
That's probably what it'll look like.
Yeah, good for him, I guess.
And he's one of the character's dads, and he's the villain of the movie, and he's just kind of, I don't know, it's bizarre.
It is bizarre. You hated it because it's gay, right?
No.
No.
I didn't hate this movie. I like this movie a lot. I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
I think it's pretty stupid, but like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a couple of bits in it that are like so stupid that they come around and are like, that might be genius. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Some of the bits with the hay stabber, the pitchfork.
Yeah.
the pitchfork kill or whatever of the clown as well as the lady, I thought was delightful. I really liked when it was inside of her, and she was like, "Is it bad?" She's like, "It's bad, girl. Girl, it's bad." I thought that was silly. And then she said, "I hate you" to the lady, and then the clown said that too. That was pretty cute. This movie's just kind of cute.
It is. I think the third act though has just some really. The writing goes down like a notch, and so do the performances for me.
I wonder, do you think it's intentional, like campy shit, or do you think it's?
I don't know. I think the whole movie is campy, but I think they really are losing the ball because she's trying to have like one-liners, and she's like in the car, and she's like, "If your dad tries to teach you how to do stick, fucking do it" or something, and it's like clunky and it's not good.
Yeah, the actress is trying to make it seem as natural as possible. It's not working. It's. Yeah, I think specifically the one-liners on her part, it goes from the movie being kind of funny by structure, by how they're writing it, to like the characters are trying to be funny, which I think works less. I agree that the third act is a lot weaker, but I really enjoyed it. I'll probably be putting it in the rotation for when I want that Halloween fucking Halloween Rob Zombie Halloween 2 hit.
It's schlock you watch on October 13th.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
October 13th is a good call, sir.
Yeah. Hold on, I have one more question regarding Clown in a Cornfield. Well, first off, do you think I think the title is clever because it is clowns. It is clowns in a cornfield. And I didn't see that coming. They got me there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
I was like yeah, pretty much from the beginning I was like I kind of could see where they're going with all the characters and which ones are red herrings and which ones aren't, and it felt like it was a Scream situation where there are multiple killers.
Yeah. I just didn't expect it to be like hundreds of clowns.
Yeah.
You know? Like the entire town is in on this. But my question is, and I think I want to start applying this to all movies. Would this movie be better with Ma?
Oh, so Ma is being like, because they have to steal the alcohol in this
Where would you
movie.
put Ma in this movie?
Oh, it's easy. You put Ma outside of the store, and then they say, "Hey Ma, can you go buy some alcohol?" And she's like, "Oh, cool. You guys got a party tonight? You got a Founders Day party? Yeah, I actually have a barn that you could use if you'd like."
Right.
And then they go to the barn, and she's being the party lady, and then the clowns come, and I think she's the only adult that didn't get the memo about clowns. Clowns, and so then she is fighting with them. I think I would like to see Ma team up with the teenagers.
Right.
And it's an alliance that doesn't feel super great. It's like the kids know that she's a little strange, but also she's an adult that has access to another car, and maybe she has like a Glock or whatever. And she's been, I think that'd be fun. I think it would be better with Ma in it. I think most movies would.
I'm excited to talk about Ma when we talk about Jurassic World in a few weeks. So
why are we going to talk about Ma?
Well, I just want to know if maybe she'd be better in that movie. Like, would the movie be better with Ma in it? You know?
All right, yeah. Let's have this question for at least one movie every week.
Yeah.
Would it be better with Ma in it?
Okay, and we're going to talk about the new A24 film, Bring Her Back.
Yes.
We got to go to an early screening of this.
Yes, we did.
And
we know people in high places.
We do, yeah. We know, what are they, the Fallopian Tube Brothers?
Yeah, the Fallopian Tube Brothers.
The Full of Shit Brothers after this movie. We'll keep this spoiler-free and kind of brief since this movie doesn't come out for another week and a half or so. Mm-hmm. I believe it comes out May 30th, so...
This is the new film for the Filippo brothers.
Yes, who made Talk to Me from a couple of years ago, which is I think a horror classic for people our age.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we both really love it, a lot.
Yeah.
I think we both think it's very clever and very pretty and audacious and fun. Mm-hmm. And this here movie is not very fun, but it is getting solid reviews. I think we are on the lower end of things.
We definitely are. I'm looking at that.
Look at that. 3.8.
Does it have a 3.8?
3.8.
That's crazy.
And this is early screenings, so
Yeah.
there are people that are seeking out A24 films, so it will go down. Just Talk to Me is at a 3.5.
Yeah.
This is going to end up at like a 3.2, 3.3, I say.
You think so?
I do think so.
Yeah,
But
that
it
seems about
is
right.
going to have its fans.
For sure.
It's really gnarly. That's kind of all it's got going for it for me.
Yeah.
Besides, I was really surprised that we both had like the same opinion about this movie when we came out of it.
I just thought it was kind of boring. I don't know if I've ever really talked about this, but this is a possession movie. I haven't seen the trailer. Is that a spoiler?
I don't think so.
I should note that I completely avoided all marketing for this, which is rare that I get the chance to do that.
Yeah, the marketing is a lot of disparate images, but it's obvious that something possession-y is happening.
Yeah, so that was cool that I didn't get to know anything. Like, I went in completely blind, not knowing anything about it, what it looked like, or the premise at all. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. Yeah, I don't really like possession movies that much. I don't find them that interesting. I don't think their metaphors are often that deep. There's a lot of religious stuff with possession that doesn't click with me at all. But that's why I like Talk to Me so much, is I think it's just such a unique take on that idea.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm looking for. And this didn't have that for me, like, in the slightest.
Yeah. It feels very cocky. Mm-hmm. It feels like because Talk to Me has what I think a lot of debut films have, which is this kind of drive to show everything they've got and to have this kind of cool idea behind it. Mm-hmm. A lot of people wouldn't start with Bring Her Back, where it doesn't really have that big of a hook.
Yeah.
The vague plot of it is that a brother and sister, their papa dies, and they've got to go into the foster system because
the girl is blind. That is important.
The girl is blind. The kid, the brother is 17. He's turning 18 in 3 months, so they've got to stay with a foster parent for 3 months. That foster parent is Sally Hawkins, who is a wonderful actress. What are you most familiar with Sally Hawkins as? I'm most familiar with her as Shape of Water lady, but she's also Paddington fame. She was in the first two Paddingtons, and people made us think about her not being in the
Star Wars?
I don't know. Let me check. I think she's probably just like
One of the girls.
One of the girls where
Probably Paddington then for me.
Sofia Coppola lives.
Yeah, just Paddington then.
Yeah,
that's probably what I know her best from.
But and Wonka, of course, she's Wonka Mama.
Yeah, she works with what's his name, George King, that director.
Paul King.
Paul King. Oops.
Different
British name.
She's also in the first 2 Godzilla films. I believe she's Millie Bobby Brown Mama.
Oh, okay.
In that one.
Yeah. And
she's a wonderful lady. We like her. And this movie just is a lot less visually interesting than I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just felt like a blunder in a lot of ways. I could see what they were trying to do, and it often didn't work for me. And it just felt like a really obnoxious movie for me. It's really trying to push your buttons and make you really anxious and grossed out, and it pushes them way too hard, and I don't think it executes them very well. There are a lot of scenes that I've seen. It goes from scenes that I've seen a lot and are done perfectly fine to scenes that I've seen a lot, but they're butchered.
Yeah.
Like you said, like it's pretty boring for the majority of it, even though it's constantly shoving shit in your face and trying to make... Like it did make me feel things, but it was just really annoyed and a little angry.
Yeah.
Which I think they would love. I think they would hear me say that and they'd be like, "Oh, well, I mean, you're supposed to." They're Aussies.
Yeah, they're Aussies.
I need to get more into my Aussie brand, but I think it's better if it's just an amalgamation of different accents. You know, I think that makes it less offensive. But the tagline is "Evil comes full circle." That's really cute. They draw a lot of circles in this movie.
There are some circles, yeah. There's a lot of things that are set up in this movie that like needed more time to be fleshed out, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get into it like yet because it's not out yet, but just I don't know, just like things where I'm like, you could really have something cool. Like this movie is like almost there for me.
Really?
Like it is almost always there. Where I'm like, if you just did a few things differently, this would probably work for me, but it's just never firing on all cylinders at any given point for me. Do better.
Do better. Yeah, I would actually agree. And we had a pretty good conversation about this after the fact. I don't know if it can be replicated. You guys might just have missed it. You might have to come to the In-N-Out near AMC next time.
Yeah. There's a young boy in this movie though that we like. He's gonna be a guest actually next week. Our next episode. Next time we record, he's gonna.
Oliver's gonna be here.
Yeah, his name is Oliver. He's a really charming young man, and I have him booked. I talked to his guy, and he's gonna be here, to pod with us about whatever we talk about next.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to him, ask him about Bring Her Back as well as the film as a whole. Yeah, I mean, so then Bring Her Back will be out of the consciousness by then, unfortunately. Yeah. But we have already booked him, so he will be there.
He might just be reoccurring. We like him a lot, and we just think it'd be good if he was here really with us.
He has a really great look later in the movie.
Yeah.
That got me laughing. I loved it.
We just have a good platform for him. And we just want that. We see a younger guy here, and we just want to boost him up.
Exactly. Support young artists.
Anything else you want to talk about the new Fallopian Tube Brother movie?
I did want to say, like, a lot of people have applauded me and like given me backpats for saying that it's the vibe of the movie is entirely the Candace and Phineas and Ferb trying to show her mother the working on of Phineas and Ferb, and then it's gone when they get there.
Yeah.
They do that like 5-6 times in this movie, and it's always annoying for me. I didn't love that.
The boy who cries wolf.
The boy who cries wolf. Yeah. Some of it felt a little insensitive, but not really. Like if it wouldn't be insensitive if it was good, but like I don't know, man. And it's a weird mix of they're trying desperately to make it feel super serious and nasty, and they want you to have this kind of gut punch feeling to it. But then they are putting in their little asides and quips and whatever, and I really didn't think it worked. I think they try to set up the relationships between the brother and the sister really quickly, and I think really clunkily. I really didn't like that first film. That was when I realized the movie was really off.
Yeah.
Was the bus stop scene and everything after the bus stop scene.
It's the first scene in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, we have some scary images beforehand of the VHS footage or whatever, and that was stuff that I was like, this is good or whatever. But then, yeah, you're right. That is pretty much the first scene in the movie. We were talking about how confused the shower motif is. The rain.
There's I don't want to get too into it, but there is a reoccurring thing with water in this movie, whether it be a pool or rain or a shower or
fogged window,
other liquids. That is a spoiler.
Yeah.
So, and I don't entirely understand what they're getting at with that. I'd maybe have to see it again and really think hard about it. But I truthfully don't want to think hard about this movie because I don't care that much.
Yeah.
So,
the poster is this the writing on steamy windows and stuff like that. This is some
condensation.
This is the main visual thing that this movie's got going for it. Where Talk to Me has such a unique visual style and language that kind of felt it's part of the iconography of that movie. Yeah.
That's that. Bring her back. Anything else you want to say before we shout out some movies?
Yeah, because we could talk about the violence stuff like how we talked about it at In and Out, but I don't really care that much.
The people at In and Out really got the scoop. They were there, and they heard about it.
What was the lady's name?
Zaya.
Zaya with an X.
Yeah.
She's a white woman.
White woman named Zaya. Really cool.
And then, so yeah, I ordered my burger, and then I was just kind of standing around awkwardly waiting for him to be done ordering his burger, and then I heard her say "nice to meet you," and I was like, "There's no way I heard her say that. It doesn't make any goddamn sense." And then later on, you talked about Zaya and you did. She did say that. You introduced yourself to her because you were like, the fuck's up with that name? Yo, Zaya. What's up with that? And then she asked your name, Cooper. That's your name, right?
Yeah.
And then you introduced you had a formal introduction to Zaya.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Third chair.
Let's get Zaya up on this.
You think there's any idea? It's this girl's just been talked about on this podcast.
I don't think
the entire internet to hear.
Yeah, the whole country is going to be looking for Zaya at a In and Out by an AMC.
She's famous now.
She's famous. You could probably, if you really tried hard, I'm sure you could find Zaya, which I feel like is irresponsible for us as people to put into the world. But
yeah,
I think she's going to be all right. What do you think about that?
Yeah, as long as I don't say where she works, it's all right.
I think we did say where she works.
Yeah, I didn't say what location though.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So,
I think that people could. They could say AMC, and then they could probably figure out where we live.
Yeah. By
stuff we talked about in past podcasts. The true fans could figure it out.
True.
Don't do it though.
Don't do it. That's mean and bad.
Yeah, we're gonna invite Zaya into the movie castle.
Yeah.
So if you can find the movie castle, you can meet Zaya. But other than that, no.
All right, so shout out some movies I watched recently. I rewatched Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Fucking cool movie. That's what I gotta say about it.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
That's the one with the cool sniper flute, right?
Yes, the theater scene, which is I think one of the best sequences in that franchise for sure.
I think so too. What other stuff happens in the movie? That's the plane movie.
There's a plane at the beginning, which isn't one of the greater stunts in my opinion. I'm not too wowed by that one. There's a really cool motorcycle chase in this movie.
Oh yeah,
that's breathtaking. This is the first McQuarrie one. This is probably my second favorite. Maybe my first favorite. I don't know.
What? You're a bastard. Fallout is by far.
I mean, Fallout's the best, but I might like this one more.
Interesting. Why do you think so? What juice does it have that you love more than
I really
Fallout?
like Rebecca Ferguson in this movie because she looks and is written like a Hitchcock character. And I think that's very cool.
She's a hubba lady.
Yeah.
Good Lord. The yellow dress lives in my mind forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool movie.
It is a cool movie.
It's the second of the relaunch of that franchise after Brad Bird's Ghost Pro. And then this one, McQuarrie, they just found something.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Yeah, those movies rock. I'm excited for the new one.
I am too. I watched Jawbreaker.
What is Jawbreaker, sir?
Jawbreaker is a little dark comedy from 1999 that is essentially a hybrid of Heathers and Mean Girls.
Interesting. That sounds like up your alley, brother.
It is up my alley, and my review is that it bridges the gap between those two movies because Mean Girls is 2004 and Heathers is 86 maybe, 87.
Yeah.
It is actually kind of crazy to me how much Mean Girls cribs from this movie. Like,
really?
And it's only, like, Mean Girls comes out 5 years after this. And it is, I don't know, it's weird how much of a blatant ripoff Mean Girls is. And I think Mean Girls has more sauce and is a better movie and is a lot, I don't know, smarter and more clever, but it's weird.
But this is the foundation.
And I'm wondering, like, if Tina Fey gave credit or if there was any sort of lawsuits or anything. I haven't done much research about it, but I thought it was a fun movie about bitches in high school played by 30-year-olds. So
consider it added to my watch list.
Yeah.
You know something is elite if only Cooper and Charlie XCX have seen it.
Yeah, it's very Charlie XCX. You know, yeah.
She has a song.
She definitely
called
likes this movie.
Yeah. I have something to ask you when it comes to lawsuits, and you know what I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, okay. Do I?
You've heard about the Together lawsuits?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
What do you think?
My friend that I saw that movie with sent it to me. That's very unfortunate.
It's a tough beat.
It is a tough beat.
Looking bad.
Yeah.
So they offered the roles to both Alison Brie and Dave Franco, right?
Something like that.
And it was a spec script, or did they make it into a short film?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen what the original is.
Yeah, but it looks like a tough beat. I haven't looked into it entirely because I knew it was going to be spoilery, you know. But I've heard like a good chunk of the plot beats are cribbed from it.
Yeah.
Usually when they have a lawsuit like this, I usually don't see it. I usually think it's a stretch. But from how it sounds so far, it's not great looking.
Yeah.
But so I'm interested to see, like, because this is your second favorite of the year so far.
I really like this movie. It appeals to me a lot.
So then, how do you balance that in your head? Because is it just like they're extra writers on the team that didn't get paid? Mm-hmm. So it's just like it's similar to if they have them on the payroll, you still got the end product, right? Or do you view it as lesser now that you know it was cribbed, like considerably cribbed? Because it still has the performances and the cinematography and all that kind of stuff of its own. They made it a movie to what it is.
Some cool practical effects in together.
Yeah.
I need to see whatever they ripped off from. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know. Part of me is like King of the Hill style, and like whoever makes the better movie wins.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, it's a messy situation for sure. I'm not paying too much attention to it. I don't really care that much. But
all right. Yeah, that's what I was interested in, because it's directed by Alison Brie and James Franco's friend, and so these are three powerful people making this movie. Mm-hmm. So it is a bummer. But I was just wondering, because I was wondering how I would feel if one of my tops, my babies, was ousted like this. I wonder if I would care.
Yeah,
I just don't know. Like, what are my top? Sorry, Baby. That doesn't really seem like the one that would get like that. But like, if Sinners got this treatment or whatever, I don't know. But then I look down, like, if Novocaine did this, I'd be like, I don't know. I mean,
Together is not going to be in my top 10 by the end of the year. I don't think.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
You think it's just been a weak first half of the year?
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I've looked at my top, and you've been crushing tape. You've been doing better than I.
I went to 2 film festivals this year.
That's true. That's true. But out of 36 films, I would say I significantly like 15 of them, and I think that 10 of them are actual, like, Aiden, like, I like these ones, and I think that there are 4 of them that I would feel good about being in my top 10 at the end of the year.
Yeah, pretty similar boat for me, and I felt that the same way last year.
Really?
During the first half of the year, where I was like, this has been a pretty weak first half.
So we might be, but if we want to talk about Cannes a little bit, so the Cannes Film Festival, usually this is where 1 or 2 big contenders happen.
Yeah.
And I'd like to talk about 2 races. One of them is Best Picture, of course, and the other is Best Animated Film. These are the 2 ones that I've been thinking about recently, because the only film, this was more of a up in the air until yesterday. Yesterday, it seems like the new film from the guy that made Worst Person in the World.
Yeah.
Seems to be kind of unanimously praised. Walking Tree. Yeah.
Walking Tree?
Walking Tree. Yeah. What's his name? But it looks to be that the most critically acclaimed movie out of the thing significantly. That's been the thing, is like everything else is sitting around like a 3 or lower.
Yeah.
On Letterboxd, and the critics they're not fucking with them.
Mm-hmm.
And big movies that I've been excited for, specifically Alpha, are getting they started with getting trashed.
Yeah.
And then
it's
Alpha
leveled
has
out a little bit.
Alpha has evened out to a fascinating degree.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still
3.2.
excited. I'm still excited for that movie, but it's a bummer that it is not like a classic or whatever. It's not being received as The Substance was, because I like these ladies as competing French freaks, and I really wish that this one was to her what The Substance was.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, the new Wes Anderson's looking like mediocre from the reviews.
Yeah, I mean I knew about the Wes Anderson one being mediocre even before the festival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even some of the early screenings weren't terribly positive.
Yeah, what are some of the other ones that are at Cannes that are getting these kinds of things?
High to Low, I think, is getting okay reviews.
Yeah, mixed to positive. Like I think it's similar to how Black Kiki Klansman and the Five Bloods I think were received, which is just like this is a great filmmaker. It's a little scattered.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like it just doesn't seem like that fire of a list. Eleanor the Great is getting like mid to low reviews. Eddington's getting mid to low reviews.
Yeah.
The new Linklater film is getting positive, but kind of it doesn't seem like it's a powerhouse. You know.
Yeah. Oh, Die My Love is another one.
Oh yes, of course.
It's the new Lynn Ramsey film.
And that one seems like it's getting pretty positive reviews for what it is, but it's a freak film.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to get much of anything. The Secret Agent I think is getting pretty positive reviews, but not like rave reviews to the point where it would be like The Zone of Interest or The Anatomy of a Fall kind of thing, where a foreign film gets in. It's a strange little beast. And one of the ones that has premiered here is an animated film that people kind of had pegged for maybe being a contender for animated feature, which is The Magnificent Life of Marcel Pagnol. And this is because Flow premiered at Cannes last year. And right now, it's looking like the weakest crop of animated films for this year in a long time, compared to last year, which was pretty good.
Yeah, and a good year last year.
Specifically, the top 5 were pretty solid. And this year, it's looking like Zootopia 2 or Elio will win by default.
Yeah.
Which is...
who knows, though? That could be I mean, Flow was kind of a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Until like a month before it won Best Animated.
But at that time, we had Flow we had Flow premiering at Cannes, and so we knew that it was like had a lot of buzz or whatever. We never thought it would go all the way, but you know.
Well, let's wait till TIFF. Let's wait till TIFF.
But even at this point, we had Memoir of a Snail in the, like we were like, that's gonna happen. Wild Robots happening, like all this kind of stuff. We had movies to look forward to. Right now, we don't. So it is gonna have to truly be out of nowhere thing, even more so than Flow was.
Yeah.
Which is strange. We might have a bizarre, like The Bad Guys 2 might get in. You know?
Yeah. Have I seen any new animated movies this year?
Let's check.
I don't know if I have, and I don't think I saw anything animated at any film festivals.
I've seen Neza 2, the Chinese film, which could get in if people know about it.
I have not.
I've only seen the one, and that was a film that I barely could see. Yeah, that's interesting. Because we have Smurfs coming up.
You think Dogman will get in? Is Dogman this year or last year?
Dogman was January, so it was this year. I do not think Dogman's getting in, even if it's a really low series. They really don't like that style of animation, and they don't like adaptations of books too much that are like silly like that. They didn't like Captain Underpants. It seems like in the Captain Underpants Lego Batman movie kind of thing. They actually did nominate Lego Batman movie, I think.
We got a movie here called Jumbo that has a 3.7.
It's just about a fat kid? That's sick. Why? Where is this from? What country is this from?
Indonesia.
Indonesia makes Jumbo. All right. We need to keep our eyes on Jumbo. Do you have any other films you like to talk about, sir?
I watched a movie a couple days ago from 1925 called Body and Soul. This is kind of, I don't know, an important movie to film history, but I've never heard anyone talk about it. It's a very early black-directed, black-led movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
what time? 1925?
Yeah, 1925. So not very common to see something like that then. It's not like the most profound film ever, but just wanted to shout it out because it's, I guess, kind of important to the lineage of black cinema.
That's fascinating. What did you think about it?
Like, that was all right.
What's it?
It's kind of a fine movie.
What's its vibe?
It's like, I don't know, it's a drama, I guess. Yeah, it's a drama.
All right. It's interesting. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah. It's about twin brothers, and one of them is like bad, and the other one's an inventor, but they're sort of sabotaging each other a little bit, and I don't know, kind of cool. Didn't know it existed until a couple days ago and checked it out. So nothing, probably won't ever like really think about it that much again.
Yeah.
So like I think there's kind of a reason that it's not talked about. It's just because it's not anything too spectacular. But again, important to the heritage of black cinema.
How did you find it?
Just on YouTube.
Ah. Well, I mean, why did you watch it? Like, how did you?
So I just looked at Letterboxd and was just looking at stuff from 100 years ago, and I said, I'm going to watch that today.
Fuck yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Look it up on YouTube. Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, just if we're going to talk about, like, that era of movies as a whole, a lot of what we talk about from the 1920s is stuff that is maybe not, like, is just groundbreaking, you know? Like, our Chaplins and our Harold Lloyds and stuff like that, and all the shit that they're doing, and it being like, holy hell, you did that. I don't feel like we talk about a lot of stuff that's like super, I don't know, dense in terms of story.
Yeah.
You know, but the stuff that's really held the test of time. Even something like Battleship Potemkin, which is like a film history 101 type of movie. The first thing you talk about is the stair scene, and not communism. So
yeah. That's a good point. I need to get in. I would love to hear you talk about that more. That kind of stuff. I need to get more into that era of film.
I think that's all I want to shout out. Anything you'd like to speak on?
Well, I would like to speak on something that you've shown some interest in, which is my my watching habits with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
There's something that you saw that you felt like was deranged.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of crazy to watch Schindler's List with your girlfriend.
Yeah. So here's what's up. I'll give you a lineage.
All right.
We saw Sinners. Saw Sinners together as lovers.
Right.
In the theater. That was our first. And we saw On the Basis of Sex with my family. My family does a weekly movie Sunday movie, family movie. We switch off who chooses. Okay. That was my mother's choice.
Yeah.
The Ruth Bader Ginsburg film. It was fine.
I've heard of it, yeah.
And then
Felicity Jones, right?
Felicity Jones, yes. And then we see an Armie Hammer. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? And then we saw Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith with my friends.
Yeah.
And that's a Maya classic. Her name is Maya. And then we watched the first 10 minutes of Stop Making Sense, but the sound system was awful. And then we watched the first half of Baby Driver, and then we had to go to sleep. And then I took her to Before Sunrise at the Broadway, which was lovely. I'd never seen that movie in a theater before, and I've seen that movie many, many times, and I love those movies, and we both love those movies.
Yeah.
And we will talk about them extensively at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day was it was another family movie night, and I chose Schindler's List because my mother had been she's a teacher, and she was teaching the Holocaust to her children, fifth graders, and they didn't know about the Holocaust. So she was thinking all week about the Holocaust and how to talk to people about it. And she had never seen Schindler's List.
Oh, wow.
And my daddy has seen Schindler's List, but it's been a long time. And I was like, actually kind of a banger. And so my sister hadn't seen it, my mother hadn't seen it, and Maya hadn't seen it. So then I was like, you know what? Let's fucking ball. And I had listened to the 4-hour Blank Check podcast about it.
Yeah.
So I can. Did you know that? Through the whole movie, which I didn't. I showed restraint, you know. Only a couple times did I do that.
I think the Holocaust survivors and victims appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. And it kind of did how you'd think. Like, it was just, it was very quiet afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just killed everybody.
Yeah.
My mom then got to talk a little bit about it. She has some good thoughts about it, but it's a good movie, dude.
It's a fucking great movie. Yeah. I've seen it twice.
It's crazy. I always forget how much more than a movie it feels.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Especially with the ending.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like this is almost just like us as a culture recreating the Holocaust or whatever to get through it as a people.
Yeah.
Where felt like Spielberg felt this burden that he bought the book rights for like 10 years before he made it.
Mm-hmm.
And then was like, I think I'm ready, and made Jurassic Park like with it.
It's the greatest year for movies for him. It's
Isn't that so fucking sick? I think about it all the time.
I wrote an essay about that for Ben's class, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was his year. It's his best movie in my opinion. Not my favorite of his, but it's his best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's because it's a lot less storyboarded than all his other movies.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that I talked about in Beautiful Blank Check podcast, is like he really wanted to have him with the camera just running around these gigantic sets and filming shit.
Yeah.
For a good chunk of it. It still has the visual language, and he knows how to condense a bunch of shots into one without it feeling like showy or whatever. It just feels really smooth and effortless. I loved it. It's really cool. It's cool to see him working in full adult mode, where the blood in this movie looks like the most realistic blood in any movie, I think.
Yeah.
When people get shot in the head in this movie, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's
scary
really
movie.
scary. Yeah, it's just really good. I've just been looking through. I've been reevaluating Spielberg a lot more recently, just because of that Blank Check series, and also I've just always loved him, and I've kind of come around to being like, it's like that thing people talk about in film culture or whatever, where like when you're starting to get into film, like Spielberg's your favorite guy, and then you stray from it, and then later on you're like, no, Spielberg's fucking the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he is the bomb. You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
Jaws is my number 18 Spielberg.
I know, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm
now.
kind of like twitching a little bit.
I know, but I love all the other movies above it more. I really only don't like two of his movies, and I still Ready Player One's fine, and Lost World is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But Indiana Jones: The King of the Crystal Skull is just under Jaws.
Yeah.
And I like that movie a lot. And just above it is War of the Worlds, which I think is great.
Yeah.
I just never draw the structure of Jaws. I've just never fucked with it as much as everyone else has. But I still think it's great. I'm not gonna be out there saying Jaws is bad.
Yeah.
It's still great, but it's just like I love so many of Spielberg's movies. It's insane. Like I have such an affection for every one of these movies I'm looking at right here.
The Crazy Schindler's List was almost Scorsese's movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Cape Fear?
No.
That's what they switched off for.
I saw the original one.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see the opposites. I wonder how Spielberg Cape Fear would look. Probably pretty similar to Scorsese's, I would imagine. Kind of just stylish, but like with a lot of reverence for the original.
Maybe there's a scene in Scorsese's Cape Fear that is like only he could do.
Really?
It's a scene between De Niro and whatever the younger actress's name is in that movie. That is like, it's kind of fucked. It's really intense. Spielberg can't do that.
That's one that
it's not in his wheelhouse to do something that uncomfortable at all.
Unless it's Schindler's List, which has to be like this totemic thing where he's like, I have to do it this way. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a disservice.
The scene in Cape Fear, though, that I'm talking about is like borderline like pedophilic.
Oh,
like, it's
fun.
Yeah. It's a good movie, though. I like Cape Fear a lot.
I've kind of been saving the movie for a special little day, like a rainy day. Yeah. Because I know I'll fuck with it, because I really love the original one. And I'm actually a fan of Scorsese's films.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we watched Schindler's List, and then we finished Baby Driver at Benjamin's house. Because Benjamin loves that movie a lot, and she's a music lady. So, and there's a bit in Sinners where where she strikes the match 3 times to the beat of the music or whatever.
Yeah.
And then me and Maya both had a little orgasm at the same time.
Right.
And then I was like, there's a whole movie of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then I showed her the whole movie of that.
Hell yeah.
And she liked it. She put it in her top 4. She replaced Monty Python with Baby Driver. So now it's Baby Driver, Sinners, Before Sunrise, and Mr. Peabody and Sherman. So,
thank you so much for listening. We'll be back in a few weeks to talk about Mission Impossible and what other crazy travesties have happened in the world.
Yeah, yes, sir. All right. Thank you.